Hey, Scott Lara, president of militaryfairs.com, your one-stop shop for travel. If you're a member of the military, if you're a veteran like I am or a family member of a military person, go to militaryfairs.com. Let's talk about cruises, one of my favorite subjects. The fact of the matter is, each cruise line is different. Sure, they have a lot of similarities, the buffets, the food, the entertainment. But I was on a call yesterday with Celebrity, and Celebrity is doing some rebranding, and they're talking about positioning Celebrity as an elevated experience. An elevated experience. Well, what does that mean? You look at Virgin Voyages, right? Dual income, no kids, a lot of value, free Wi-Fi, basic beverages. You look at Carnival, the fun ships. You look at Holland America Line, an older demographic, but no rock wall, no laser tag, no slides off the side of the ship or anything like that. You look at MSC. Now, MSC is relatively new to the U.S. market, and they're crushing it. They're doing a great job, and I've sailed on MSC, and we'll be sailing on MSC again this year. Very family-friendly, lots of things to do for the kids. Ocean Cay, which is a great port of call. But with Celebrity, going back to Celebrity, on the call I was on, they talked about an elevated experience. Well, what does that mean? Yes, it's adults, okay? They're not going to have all the stuff like you're going to see on Royal Caribbean, or on Carnival, like for the kids. But an elevated experience, kind of like my demographic. I'm 62, my wife's about the same age. They're talking about adults. And they are talking a little bit of multi-generational as well, if you want to bring your kids and grandkids on there. And I think Holland America is really on the multi-generational side. They see those folks, the grandma or grandpa, multimillionaires, they have businesses, and they want to, pay for, the 40-year-olds and their grandkids so they can all see them at the table at the end of the, dinner. So, for multi-generational. But going back to Celebrity, I think they're really on the right track for an elevated experience. Now, I was on Celebrity Solstice many years ago with my friend Doug Parker of Cruise Radio. We had a great time on Celebrity Solstice. It was an elevated experience even back then with their Restaurant Blue, with their cabins. And I remember, and it's funny how I still remember this, they talked about that there were several females who designed the cabins. And, the rounded corners on the bed and the little bar in the shower so the lady could put her foot on the bar to shave her legs. And just these little touches, right? And so I have to applaud Celebrity for this rebranding effort to get the word out. And that's what I'm doing right here with this video is getting the word out about an elevated experience. And I look forward to sailing on Celebrity this year and bringing that to my audience. Going back to Virgin Voyages, love Virgin Voyages. I just think so many people are clamoring for an adults-only cruise line because if you look at Carnival, NCL, Royal Caribbean, we all know it. Let's just get it out there. Parents taking a vacation from being parents. Dad rolling a 7, in the casino, mom getting a cellulite wrap. And so they're doing their thing, or they're, and then the kids are running wild, or the kids are in the hot tub, and, people walk, hey, hey, my parents, hey, And so I think a lot of adults get upset with that. But that's why Virgin Voyages, I think, is just doing an amazing job with the dual income, no kids. They are favorable to LGBTQ+. It's not over the top, but I will tell you that they are very respectful of that demographic, and I saw that demographic on Scarlet Lady. But again, very cool. I enjoyed it, had a great time. The food on Virgin Voyages was amazing too. The test kitchen, the galley, everything. I thought the food, the wake, oh my gosh, amazing steakhouse. And so I think that's great. Atlas Ocean Voyages, I talked to them this week, and they've got some amazing ports of call that I would have never dreamed of, Iceland and others, and look forward to experiencing them as well. NCL, I've been on the Blake Shelton cruise and on the Groove cruise on NCL. Again, very family friendly. I was on Icon of the Seas this year with my wife, Marty, also known as the Martster. We were on a media/travel agent cruise, and I will go on Icon of the Seas any day of the week. Amazing ship, a lot to do, a lot of fun. The food was amazing. The service was incredible. The Pearl, you know, when you walk on the ship, you have the Pearl. Just Google that. It's an amazing structure and it changes lights and it changes this, it changes that. Very welcoming, and you go right up the steps to the Pearl Cafe where you can grab a sandwich, a quick to-go thing, amazing. So I think, you know, for cruising for this summer, I would urge you, don't wait, don't hesitate to book, because I read a story the other day, probably yesterday, that Carnival has attracted like 3 million first-time cruisers. And that's a huge number because, as I've said before, only 10% of Americans have cruised. And those who have cruised, cruise again and again and again and again. There's so many repeat cruisers. That's why you have so many diamond VIFP or gold or platinum VIFP on Carnival. Very important fun person, their loyalty program. That's why you have so many 5-star, 4-star, 3-star mariners on Holland American Line. A good friend of mine, she told me, let me stop right there about this good friend of mine. Talking about MSC. I talked to her and she said, Scott, I want to go on this, but I've heard about the loyalty match. The loyalty match. What is that? Well, let's say you have a bunch of days on Holland America, or you have a bunch of days on Carnival, or you have a bunch of days on Royal. You're able to, with MSC, provide documentation to them, to MSC, to prove that you have this certain status, like I did. I showed my platinum status with Carnival and my 3-star Mariner status with Holland America, and I am gold level at MSC. So boom, I got up to gold. Now this friend of mine, she is a Hilton Diamond person, loyalty. And she was able to take that loyalty for Hilton and transfer it over to MSC for matching, and now she's diamond on MSC. Now, does that mean she gets to drive the ship out of port? Does that mean she has dinner with the captain? Does that mean, you know, she's like the star of the ship? No, no, it doesn't mean any of that. But it does mean she gets a 5% discount. She gets chocolate in her cabin. She gets a couple little touches, you know, make her feel special. But you know, these loyalty programs, yeah, they're good. They make you feel good. Priority boarding, I think she's going to be able to get that, which is one of my #1 benefits of being platinum on Carnival. I love the priority boarding, being able to get there ahead of everybody else, get my vacation started sooner. I mean, who wants to wait till 2, 3 o'clock to get on the ship? Now, you can wait that long and you're going to miss the crowd. Everybody is already on the ship. That's what happened with me last year on the MSC Seashore. Because I live in Jacksonville, it's about a 2.5-hour drive from Jacksonville down to Port Canaveral, where the seashore is. And so I didn't mind. I mean, I got there, I stayed, my car was at Port Parking Space. Port Parking Space. Check them out. They got great discounts on parking. All right, so, and clean shuttles, air-conditioned shuttles, very kind staff. All right, so the point I'm trying to say is that got there like at 1:30, they drove me over to the ship, got there like 1:45, and the terminal was empty. You could have thrown a rock from here to there and would have hit nobody. And there's like 25 stations, right? And go up to 25, and I walk down to 25, here's my stuff. A minute later, I'm walking on the ship. It was the fastest boarding ever. And so that loyalty match on MSC is critical. If you have a loyalty program, and if you have questions about it, just email me, scott@militaryfairs.com. I'll give you all the details on it. But my friend who is platinum on Hilton, or Diamond, she's Diamond Hilton, was able to transfer it over to, and you know, Marriott and all these other ones too. Just depends. All right, that's it. That's my rambling, I guess, for right now. But congratulations to Celebrity for your rebranding efforts, being elevated. Looking forward to experiencing that in the very near future and sharing that with my audience. Again, shout out to Virgin Voyages for everything you're doing. Shout out to Carnival for what you guys have done, bringing 3 million new cruisers to this experience. Shout out to MSC. Love you guys. I think you're doing a great job, improving every day with the food and the service. I think everything's getting better. And NCL, great. Holland America Line, love you guys. And again, just what I'm saying is summer's here. Don't wait. Book your cruise. And also, if you need that passport, don't wait. Don't delay. Get it renewed or get your new passport today. Scott Lara, president of militaryfairs.com. Have a great day. Happy Wednesday. Come on, weekend.